EA Sports. It's a YouTube video.
It's almost EA Sports season again. That means that all the EA Sports titles are coming out again like they do every single year. Over the past 5 to 10 years, there's been a growing sentiment among gamers that, empty promises by game developers should be shut down and also lackluster titles should be punished. To me, it just seems weird that, EA Sports games keep getting away with it. That brings me to the catchphrase of this video, EA Sports, it's in the game, more like
EA Sports.
It's the same game. The first EA Sports game was released in 1988, John Madden Football. It was the bridge between worlds of sports and video games. And from there on out, EA Sports really introduced all different sorts of sports into their gaming franchise. And the one that probably takes the trophy of the EA Sports games, it's FIFA. There is probably no other sports game that has even gotten close to the FIFA franchise. I guess the only games that really got close were NBA 2K, and then maybe you have Pro Evolution Soccer, which at some point maybe might have challenged FIFA. And then of course we have the best game that ever, was created, Wii Sports. Yes. Take that, FIFA. Anyway, if you want a longer history of this shit, there's a bunch of videos that go into depth, but essentially FIFA is the biggest game, so we're gonna be focusing on that. I like to use triangles to explain things, so I guess we're gonna do that in this video again. Let's start at the top. All of the biggest changes to FIFA happened before 2010. If you compare FIFA 2000 to FIFA 2003, for example, it's a way bigger difference in terms of visuals if you compare 2018 to 2022 or something. I wanted to do a little test with you guys and have a little game, so let's see if you can actually tell which game this is. That is correct. It's none of them. Let's try again. We're gonna give you another chance, okay? Let's go. Which FIFA game is this one? That's actually a difficult one. And that might be because it's Pro Evolution Soccer, it's not FIFA. Type it in the comments if you actually knew that it was Pro Evolution Soccer. You deserve a raise. Send this to your boss and then maybe you'll get a raise. I don't know much about sports, so I can't say much about the gameplay aspect of it. However, I think that the controls have stayed mostly the same, which, all of that seems fair enough, right? Because sports don't change that fast. So why is there a need to change the FIFA games in terms of gameplay? And of course, the games have become bigger and better over the years. So in the modern era, all of the animations, players, moves, celebrations, mannerisms, all of those things take a lot of time and effort. So it sort of makes sense. But do we really need to be releasing yearly games if these games start changing less and less? Because of a variety of reasons, which are not bad. It's not bad that there's less changes, I think. But should you really be putting a price tag of $60 on it every single year? And I guess EA Sports or EA would think, yes, that is it. Yes, because we like money. Now let's go back to the triangle and take on the second point. So you already pay $60 each single year, right? How about we find a variety of different ways to get you to spend as much money as we possibly can make you spend? That makes sense. And EA decided to do this in the form of FIFA Ultimate Team. Essentially, what they make you do is it creates a yearly cycle in which they recycle all of these players. Because the players that you bought in the year before, they don't transition to the next one, which in a way kind of makes sense. But why don't you just get recompensated for the stuff that you spent in their video game? Because you're already paying $60 so that you can even play their game. And honestly, most of the times, people play FIFA Ultimate Team out of all the game modes because it's the most popular one by far. And then you spend money every single fucking year on all of these player cards that don't move on to the next game. It doesn't make sense to me how we're getting scammed like this, and we're okay with it. There's a lot of things that I think make sense. They want to make you restart every single year because there's a new season of football happening and it makes it more realistic, having new players being brought into the game. It makes sense, but at least have the fucking common decency to not be scamming your players and the users of your video games every single fucking year. Holy shit. I guess, you could have guessed that they did the same thing with Madden. They introduced Ultimate Team there as well. Can you guess what they did next after that? Indeed, they introduced NHL Ultimate Teams as well. So essentially they're just trying to make this one big casino empire in which every single of their games makes as much money as they possibly can through this method of making you spend packs and then every single year resetting the cycle, making you spend money again on something digitally that just poof disappears. But these games essentially become very obsolete every single year as September rolls around. Well, the old games go down the drain and nothing really gets touched in terms of that anymore. The other game takes over, becomes the most played FIFA game, and that just happens every single year. FIFA should be a one-time purchase with updates releasing every single year so that it can stay up to date to, you know, all of the new players being signed by certain clubs and players moving around and, you know, all of these different animations being added. You could just add it in an update like esports titles or any competitive game in a way, you know, Counter-Strike 2, Valorant, League, Dota, all of those games. Because I think it's very scammy of you, EA, as a company, to be scamming your players out of spending so much money with these digital purchases that just get, you know, every single year. Maybe what you could be doing is, you know, paying a bit more attention to what your players need and not just looking at your numbers like, oh yeah, the game is selling, it's selling very well, so we're making a lot of money because we like money. We are EA, we like the money. I guess this video got a bit messy. That's a football joke for you right there. If you like Ronaldo better, then not my problem, I guess. So maybe subscribe and leave a like. Bye.